Let's meet our next guest. With me now here in studio, I have Joy Nduta, who's Miss Face of Faith Beauty Queen, and Caleb Juma, who's the director of Miss Face of Faith. Karibuni sana to the show.
Thank you.
That's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it?
I know.
Doing my best not to shrub. But today we want to talk about beauty with divine purpose with these two. And so, Caleb, as the director of this pageant, tell me a bit about what it's about and when you started it and why.
Okay, Face of Faith Kenya is a beauty pageant that originates from Ghana. Okay. It started in the year 2013. I got introduced to it in 2015 when I visited Ghana. I was actually invited to be their official stylist, and I was also a judge then. So yeah, it has been there, and this year it has gone to 9 different countries, and Kenya included, and that's why we launched it this year in Kenya. So the Face of Faith Kenya is a program that supports to eradicate girl prostitution and support girl child education. So basically that's what
how do you support those?
Okay, so what we do is the pageant is for the purposes of getting a queen who will be an ambassador, and so we create awareness and raise funds to educate girls. Like we have projects we are supposed to, like next year take at least 2 or 3 girls to school, and the queen will be in charge of some of the charitable events that will help facilitate that. Yeah.
I see. Okay, very interesting approach to actually addressing child prostitution, girl prostitution, and some of the other different vices in society today. So very interesting, and kudos to you.
Thank you.
And coming to you now, Joy Nduta. So are you the first Miss Face of Faith Kenya?
Yes.
Congratulations to you. When were you crowned?
I was crowned this week on Sunday.
Oh, just this week?
Yeah, just this week on Sunday.
You've been a queen for a week?
Yeah, just for a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about how you got involved and why you chose to participate in this pageant.
I love beauty, and it's something that I have always looked up to, but then looking on to Face of Faith, this is the first beauty pageant that I've found that is a Christian pageant. And so when I heard their advert on TV, on social media platforms, that they are looking for a lady who is passionate about the things of God, who is going to stand out and be a voice towards these kids that are there to just talk about child prostitution, then I thought of why not. I have just been working along in church and the few platforms that I get. So when I saw Face of Faith, I saw an opportunity to just voice out what I had, and that is why I just decided to apply for it.
Very well done. Yeah. Very well done.
Yes.
And when they announced you as the winner, I mean, what was running through your mind? And now that you actually have it, then it was a thought.
Yes.
Are there any other specific things you'd really like to accomplish during your reign? I'm assuming it's for a year.
Yes. Yes. Let me first say it was an honor. It was a very stiff competition in the beginning. We had 9 finalists for the competitions. We started off as very many people, around 200 people registered for it. Oh. We went on to probation, evictions, and even having made it and being declared as a winner was an honor. And it was a position of responsibility. That is what came to me.
Actually, we're looking at some images, and Caleb, maybe you can explain these for us. Just tell us a bit of, this must have been this past Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a bit of what we're seeing.
Okay, so that's Joy Nduta in her African attire. She was presenting the Bible history of the character she was representing. So
wow, I love that. So unlike a regular pageant, so you guys are not talking about world peace and all that good job. I mean, which is very important, of course. But what are you guys actually being tested on? And I have to say, you're very articulate, Joy, which is great.
Thank you.
So what are you guys actually measuring them for? What decides who wins? Because we can see that obviously beauty is a factor.
Yeah.
Is it girls of a certain age that are allowed to be in this?
Okay, the
Do
competition.
they have to be models or model-like?
Okay, you don't necessarily have to be a model, but we take from age 18 to 28.
Okay.
So between that age, you're open to the competition. You must be a Christian. That is a requirement. And basically, on the 12 weeks they have been in the house, we've been training them. They are trained on grounds, biblical matters, and just we're trying to raise ladies in the society who have purpose, and not just purpose towards what they want to do, but rooted also in the ways of God.
Amen.
And so during the program, they engage in activities that they represent what.
There's that one guy in the midst of all those ladies.
That's Judge Alan Lawrence. Yes. And we have Melody on the far left and Valencia Gibera on the far right, our first runners-up and second runners-up.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, very interesting platform. I really like what you guys are doing. And you've talked about in a house for 12 weeks. So you had to go somewhere and be there for 12 weeks?
Yeah, but it was majorly on Saturdays because of COVID.
Right.
We were at Levilla Gardens in Kikuyu. It was a boot camp whereby we were going for trainings, being taught on just etiquette, being taught on catwalk, and doing some workouts as well.
Okay, can you show us what you learned?
Yeah, sure.
Oopsie, I realized I needed to get another cameraman. Oh, there we are. Yes, show me what you learned. You can. I know it's a small set, but feel free.
Yeah. So you start by posing, and then so you will just walk.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can have your seat once again. So this, you also mentioned there was something about a character that she was to represent.
Yes.
So each pageant.
Each maiden had a character.
Each maiden had a character to present.
Yes.
So what was it like on the day? What were you supposed to present?
I was to present Martha.
Okay.
Martha of Bethany.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you presenting about her? Like you're preaching? I'm like, it was what?
It was. I wanted to make it more of a preaching, more of a sermon, and I believe I did more of that.
Okay.
Because Martha is depicted as a negative character. Most of them, if you ask someone about Martha, they'll tell you the busy one. You know, the one who was busy while Jesus was speaking. But then I tried to bring it in such a way that every encounter that Martha had with Jesus, it was one that transformed her. When she lost her brother Lazarus, and Jesus came in, Jesus portrayed himself as a one who can raise, you know, people from different even dead situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. I really want to hear from you guys. Is this something you would take part in? Let me know on 111 and I'd be more than happy to hear also your thoughts, any questions you have for this pageant here as well. I'd really love to hear from you here on the show. In just a moment here, I want to get a sense of some of the ways in which, or at least Joy, let me rephrase that and say, what do you think caused you to really stand out and be the one to take this crown? That's how, let me phrase it that way. What do you think caused you to be the winner?
My passion towards young people, and even the fact that I believe that being a Christian, I'm just not there to just basically go to church, do praise and worship, do all those things. But even the fact that I had this move to actually voice out and to actually speak, this time I feel like I have social media platforms, but I just don't want to show photos and all that and just be there. But then I see it as an opportunity for me to build a brand, to communicate, you know, to speak out and to actually just voice out on this particular matters. Okay. So that I think is what just sets me apart, the passion that I have.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let me get to some SMSs here. Someone is saying, hey Joyce, I'd like to shout out my brother Caleb Juma, Director of Face of Faith Kenya, and my dad, Mr. Nicholas. Happy Men's Day to them. Do you know who that is? They didn't leave me their name.
I think it's one of my brothers.
Okay. You have many brothers?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Someone here is saying, hey Joyce, good morning, you're looking great. Say hi to Joy and Duta. We schooled in the same high school, and she was always a great leader, both in CU and also as the school president. Wow. So you were just in this line all along, huh? And you say she's really blessed. That's Maureen Wanjiru watching from Muranga. Another says, oh wow, Joy and Duta was my head girl in Kamahuha Girls, and I bless Jesus for how great she's doing. That's Anastasia Wairimu. Hopefully you remember all these people. And she continues to say that this girl is going places. Do you know she once years back recognized a place that can cool nerves here in Kenya? Wololo. Which skills and talents are these ones? What cool nerves?
Yeah, I wrote an article on Keraita Forest, which is in Limuru.
Yes.
So it was a competition of the Global Tourism Travel and Partnership, and it won actually internationally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well done
She
to
just
you.
reminded me. Yeah. So,
Well done to you. Someone is saying, I'm a Form 3 student and I'd like to join them. How could I take part? Caleb?
First of all, I think Form 3, unless she's
Finish
18,
school.
yeah, she has to finish school first, because we're taking only 18 and above.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And so for the ones who are 18 and above and would like to take part, this is the first time this competition is taking
Yes.
place here in Kenya. And you've managed to do so even in the midst of COVID.
Yes.
So presumably you will be doing this again next year.
Definitely.
What then is the process?
Okay, when the time comes, we will release our poster for auditions, and then we normally have an audition, a physical audition. This time, because of COVID, we did it online, but I believe that next year we'll have a physical audition where we will have judges vetting them, then we will select like 25, and then those will join the boot camp. And so basically it's just applying and see what is needed of you.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have to say, I think you guys did really well in selecting Joy as your first queen. She seems to be a good representation of what you're looking for, and very articulate at that as well. And remember, you can send in your feedback and your comments. Send in your love as well to Joy and Caleb here. Someone here is saying, Daniel Mwai, na ameandika na love hearts mingi. Who is this to you? Okay. Amesema, ameblush sana. Hey Joy. Okay. Amesema nikose aje hii interview ya Joy. Love heart, love heart, love heart. 100%, 100%. She's an amazing soul, and definitely she deserved the crown. Love heart, 100%. Cheers to more Joy. It's Joy.
Yeah,
Joy in
it's
Duta.
Joy.
Sorry, not Joy. Joy in Duta. Unapendwa, alafu sisi kama mafans tunataka selfie ama hata collabo. Okay. All right. Clearly this is someone to you,
Yes,
Daniel
yeah.
Mwai. All right. Well, thank you, Daniel Mwai, for sending in your love to her today. As we get ready to wrap up, Caleb, you're the one directing this as a gentleman.
Yes.
And Joy, you're the first, young lady representing what this means for Kenya.
Yes.
I want to hear both your perspectives on womanhood in Kenya today, and why it's important for you to sort of have, because in many ways you could still address this, the issues that you are seeking to address,
True.
outside this perspective of faith. I want to hear from you why it's so important to speak on it from the lens of faith and Christianity. Can we begin with you?
Okay, first, the society of late as in large numbers condemned the church for failing in playing their roles as they're supposed to. But I don't believe it's the church failing. It comes down to individuals. You see, like me, I've been meaning to do this pageant since the last time I came from Ghana.
Okay.
It has taken me 5 years to do it.
Wow.
And
Well done to you for your persistence.
thank you. So in 2017, I was blessed with 2 beautiful girls. And it made me start looking at things different and the society different. Every time I saw a girl, I saw my daughters. And that begged me ask myself the question that, is our society right? Is what we see around us fitting for me to raise the children in
Do
this
we value
environment?
women in
Yeah.
the first
And
place?
so I decided from that angle that since I know of this program and I'm part of it, so I decided to push for it and do, because I'm trying to also help that when my girls grow up, they will find a society that is more better than the one that exists right now.
Fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic. Joey, I want to ask you the same as well.
Yeah.
You know, as a young woman now, being already, you've been a role model clearly, I guess, from your high school days, from CU to being school president, writing articles and winning internationally as far as tourism, to now being the face of faith here in Kenya.
Yes.
Miss Face of Faith. Jameni. Hey, meniweza leo. Tell me about your heart, really, and what this means as far as raising up women in this country. Because as you know, I think we're at a place where not only are women not very well valued, and there's some patriarchal things to that, but I think even socially, culturally, or ethically, even morally,
Yes.
there's just a lot that is very messed up as far as the image, the portrayal of women today. And sad to say that a lot of young girls actually are choosing the shortcut.
Yes.
They're choosing, you know, the quick way out through very other lifestyles that maybe one would not condone. So,
Yes.
you know, as someone now in a position where you're really to speak on that, what's your heart all about for them now?
Okay, first of all, I could say that one thing that we cannot separate is the society where we are talking about all these things. And when we are talking about the society, we are talking about people looking at the future generation, just as Caleb has said. I look at myself and look at the kid that is we are raising as people. You will ask a drunkard and an addict and they'll tell you that I wouldn't want my child to grow in the same way. So mine is a question of where we are as an individual, where you are. What do we actually want to see the future generation hold? Do you want your kid, how do you want your child to grow up? How do you want them to behave? That is number one. And number two, we can say that faith, the matters faith is what guides us, and is one thing that I would actually stand for, because it's a guideline. For example, one of the things ladies face is body shaming. Body shaming has become very common. People are body shaming, especially the ladies. But then if we bring it from a faith perspective and we look at it whereby we get to appreciate everyone the way they are, you know, how they have been born, how they have been created, and knowing that, you know, it's still along with the word of God when he says that you've been created fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes, yes.
But then we cannot just fully separate faith from it. So mine would be that it is a role for everyone in the society. My question to them and to everyone would be, how do you want us to build in for the children, for our children? How do we want to look at them?
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Joey and Caleb. Juma, asanteni sana for coming on to the show. How can people find you?
Okay, my
Your personal one, and I guess the program.
Okay, my Facebook handle is at Nduta Wathuo, same as Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they can find us on Face of Faith Kenya, both on Instagram and Facebook. And Face of Faith Pageant, we have a website, www.faceoffaithpageant.africa, to follow up. Yes.
Great. One day I'll be able to say it as quickly as you are. Face of Faith. Thank you both so much for being a part of the show. I do appreciate you. Congratulations to you and to you as well. Keep up the good work, especially as a gentleman standing up for the women. Shout out to you.